Okay, so here is the Rangey. As you can see, there's bits and pieces where the respray has come off and the old paint job is coming through underneath. The old paint job is the original Lincoln green. This green is a lighter shade of green. I did get a bit of paint matched up to suit and just touched it up basically with a paintbrush, as you can see. So got the original lights there. So, you know, as I was saying, the whole vehicle really, to make it mint, needs a full respray, really, or repaint. But on the whole, not too bad. You know, I've been daily driving this for a while. It's great. Back seats not original. Needs a bit more cleaning, but I mean, I was always just going to re-trim it and make it look like a Kit Kat. Front seats are Kit Kats, the original ones. As you can see, they're a bit buggered under there, but yeah, there's seat covers on there, which are fairly tight. Has floor mats here, which come up, or just held in by domes. Nice and easy. I put new door rubbers on it from Famous 4, so that's good. Yeah, so original paint and stuff in there and what have you. Tried to fix a seal issue there. Steering wheel's got a cover on it. It was on there when I got it. I don't know what it's like under there. It's got a few little broken bits there, but yeah, as they all do. A couple of extra holes someone decided to drill there. At some point this I had an overdrive in it, so there was an overdrive label there. Into the top of the ashtray has Australian Wanderer scratched into it, but it could be a bit hard to see. Australian Wanderer. Can you see that? Anyway. It's all pretty good. Here's a mint. Oh, mirror. Hood lining's all been redone. Obviously not in the correct vinyl, but in the right coloured palomino coloured fabric. I couldn't find any palomino coloured dots, but I was just going to paint them. I got some paint made up. Let's put the seat forward. Oh, brand new seat belts, but just so, same with the back. There's a cover. It's a bit hard to see really, but I made up all these bits myself. I folded these out of aluminium and then had them trimmed. So, you know, it's not the original ones that were all bent and buckled, but they're made to the same exact size and they look really nice. Like, they look like average in this video, but they're actually really well done. So it's slightly later hood lining too with the two lights, but it's still a split hood lining. These kick panels, I'm not sure if they're right or not, but I've had to slightly modify it to make it work, so maybe not. but you can get correct ones if they're not right from Famous 4, but I mean they look pretty spot on. Hang on, zoom in a bit more. You can just see they don't, yeah. But anyway, up to you guys what you want to do with that. Yeah, obviously seat. Hang on, I'll just pop this open. So yeah, I mean I haven't restored the seat at all. It is what it is. Oh, these are slightly later side panels. Because they don't have the slot for the slider, but once again you can get those from Famous 4. Toolkit. Now I mean I've got a Suffix A project and I'm inclined to let it go for less money if I get to keep that. Potentially, I don't know if my Suffix A has its full kit or not. It's a new carpet with a bit of underlay, the original boot lining on there, 2-piece, which is in fairly good nick. Let's put the tailgate down. Oh, so yeah, tailgate, let's look at that first. It's obviously got its correct fold out bit. It looks like it's had some rust repairs at some point because there is a bit of a bog crack there. And obviously a little bit of coming through there, but this thing is kept in dry storage and I've blasted the inside of everywhere with fish oil and underseal stuff that's gone all nice and sticky and won't let it rust, so that's good. So there's no live rust in it, you know, like anywhere where it was rusty, it's not getting any worse or anything. I'll show you the corner here, because this is somewhere where someone has done a rust repair at some point. If I can get the thing up. So I've sound deadened it all, but you can see just in the corner there a little bit of fiberglass, and I think that is where someone's done a rust repair. But when you look at it from underneath, it looks like steel, it looks mint. So I'm a little bit confused exactly what's going on there. Oh, got my metal up the wop now. There's obviously a painted rim in there and a brand new tyre as well. Shockies all new. Correct windscreen wiper. Fold that back up. I'll just put it on hold for a second. So it's got the correct label on there. I will probably keep that. Lights are mint, quite good. Well, not mint, but you know they're pretty damn good considering. There's a crack there, but not bad at all. Not sure if that's rust or what, but I've taken these sliders off and treated them all, painted them all inside and out, and treated them for rust and stuff. So it's not like it's getting any worse or anything. And they all work like they should. A few more bits here, which and I think on that C pillar too. Yeah, there's a spot where the paint's starting to come off a little bit. Mud flaps. About. Got some original plastic trim under there. Yeah, just as you would expect. Oh, the tailgate all has new rubbers too, so that's also another purchase from Famous 4. Right, I'll pop the bonnet. Okay, bonnet's up. Obviously you can get these stickers new, but I wasn't going to bother until I repainted it. New battery, original surge tank, original stuff there. Obviously that's later. When they put the P76 motor in it, they actually converted it to an automatic, so all of that was missing. I had to sort of make my own. Yeah, There's the heart of it. Still running the multi-V belt. You could make it look more original if you wanted to change it back to the single belt and put the original style radiator in, but you know, this radiator's all been redone. It's all the tanks have come out and the whole thing's been cleaned out. Like, we pulled the tanks off, it's all been cleaned inside, and this motor's obviously all been flushed and cleaned and completely redone as well. Put a new camshaft, timing chain, timing gears, took the sump off and checked everything over, put the intake manifold on, the carburetor, and blah blah blah. And yeah, runs really well, runs really nicely, sounds fantastic. It's got with a stage 3 cam from Auckland Cams. It's got a fairly sort of lumpy idle. I mean, you know, she's lovely and clean. You can thank my girlfriend for that. She lay under it for a day or so, cleaning. It's all original paint under here. Never obviously got the respray touch. So that's all original. That's why it looks the way it does. The a bit of rust on the top of the lid, as they all do. There's no, well, the pumps are there, but I haven't got them hooked up. I've never really had to. So it's running the electronic ignition from the 1996 Discovery, and the coil there of just the ignition module. Easy peasy. That's actually a Chrysler Valiant kickdown cable being used as an accelerator. Works mint. I found those springs were a bit soft, so I actually added another spring inside them. Yeah, nice and simple. Good old carbureted V8. Hooked up the manual choke to it. 120 amp alternator. Still has the air conditioning pump, but I mean, people set those up as air compressors, or you can actually get the removal kit and get rid of it. There's the original power steering box, which would have come as new with the series this Suffix B. So I believe that's quite a rare steering box, because they went from that to like the 3 bolt or 4 bolt or something. I can't remember. There's something about the bolt pattern on top, but this is an early one which is different, which, yeah, makes sense because it is the correct one for this vehicle, which is cool. And then obviously the correct reservoir for the power steering pump for the Suffix B as well, but running through the power steer pump from the 1996 Disco, which works perfectly. All good there. We sort of freshened up some of the wiring, but didn't, you know, only sort of tidy up what we had to. A lot of it was sort of missing just because someone had been stripping bits off it. There was no headlights, no lights at all, and so sort of had to put all that in. Put a decent set of horns on it. They sound amazing. I will keep my AA badge because that's my granddad's. As you can see in here, I've sort of fish laned everything. That's what I was talking about, that coating that I've put on everything. So that's all underneath and in every surface, so it's never going to rust on you. You can see my timing marks there. I got a bit of that coating on the oil filter, but that stuff is fantastic. It stops all the rust. Got a brand new steering dampener from Old Man Emu under there. I only put that on recently. I also put new swivel housing seals in, and new wheel bearings, and actually brand new disc rotors on there too, disc pads, brand new lines, just because it's been sitting for so long. Yep. There's no rust under here. Everything's as it should be. Brand new tyres, but if interested, I will reduce the price to keep those tyres potentially. Let's get underneath here. Turn that on. Yeah, as you can see, everything has been coated to stop any corrosion going on. Everything is as it should be. Nice and clean and tidy, which is why it flies for its warrants. When I say clean and tidy, I mean it's you know, it hasn't been rebuilt or anything, so you got oil leaks a little bit, but it's not bad. You know, not bad enough to worry about. I just look after it and make sure that there's oil in it before I go away on holiday, and you know, it's just an old vehicle. Yeah. There's the load leveler is still in here. Sometimes people remove them when they go and take things off road for wheeling. Yeah, all the rubber brake lines are replaced, even that one on the diff. Alrighty. I'll get under the back of it here. See, here's what I mean. So underneath, where there was that fiberglass before, it's all steel. So I don't quite know what's going on there. So anyway, all steel. Shockies don't look too old, seem to work great. Yeah. It's all pretty damn good, really. And the other side, same deal. Should be over here. All pretty damn good. I've seen some pretty terrible ones, but this one's not bad. Alright, get myself off the ground, turn that off. Yeah, so let's start it up. Oh, I forgot to say these mirrors aren't the right ones, they're just ones I got to look the part until I found some original ones, but they do look the part. It's got a brand new windscreen with brand new rubbers too, I forgot to mention. Brand spanking. Oh, and correct windscreen wipers on the front. They should be chrome, but I just painted them black, so because all the chrome was looking average, and I kind of like them black. Right, cold start. Literally just backed it out of the garage, so we'll see if it just runs without the choke. There we go. Yeah, so no choke. Door. Probably shouldn't do that too much. I mean, it is cold. Maybe we'll take it for a drive up the road. So in here, everything works like it should. I have to adjust this back down so it's on a variable resistor because it should be running 10 volt, and because there was no wiring on this thing when I got it, it's currently running 12 volt. So I just usually go off the oil temp at the moment, but that just sits in the middle. That's just because I thought that's where it should be when it warms up, but it seems to just go straight up there, so it's not quite reading that one right. But fuel is perfect and all the other gauges are doing what they should. So yeah, oil temp needs to come up once it warms up. Oil pressures nice, and the clock works, and the heater works, does everything it should. Off and on, yep. Diff lock does what it should, goes on and off. Handbrake obviously works. I think I put new pads in the handbrake. I think I rebuilt the handbrake, can't remember. The original correct cigarette lighter that's usually missing. The red demister lights up and it does send power to the back, but the wiring on the actual glass itself is damaged, so that doesn't really do much. Radio doesn't work. I'll probably actually replace that before I send it. There's another period correct old one I've got. There you go, the rear wiper works just fine and self parks, and so do main wipers, they work just fine. And if I turn them off, they self park there, but it's only because they're not wet. If they're wet, they go back to where they should be. Old car stuff. Alright, let's take this thing for a drive. We don't need the heater on. Lovely spring day that we're having here. Gotta love a bit of power steering, one-handed. Listen to that. That's how a car should sound. Still a bit cold. Yeah, needs to warm up a bit. Up the road. Can't beat these Ranger Classics. So good. So good. This one just wants to go. Just wants to be driven. Anyway, that about wraps it up, I think. If you've got any further questions, let me know.